Hi everyone, Janie here. Welcome back to my garden. It's another beautiful morning here in California. It's early, such a beautiful, beautiful morning. I love getting up early right when the sun comes up. I've told you guys that I'm trying to get up earlier to beat the heat, and when I actually put the time and effort into getting up earlier, my whole day is better. I am so much happier. But it is hard. It is hard to go to bed on time, and it is hard to wake up on time. But it's something that we definitely have to do, especially where I live, because we definitely get hot. It's been really nice so far, but we do have triple digits on the forecast for later this week, which is scary. Oh, I'm not ready for it, but you know, it is what it is. As long as I get up early and as long as I have enough water on my plants, everything's gonna be fine. And then it does go back down after that. So I'm just telling myself it's gonna be okay. At least it's dry heat, right? So this morning I'm up here in the center island. This has been our main focus for this year, kind of what we're really putting our time and energy and money into, honestly. And so there's a lot of stuff that we've been working on for the center island. First of all, we have this gazebo right here. We do need to get it stained. I've decided to leave it natural, and we're gonna have someone come in and stain it. We wanted it to weather for a couple months, but now it's ready to be stained. I do need to get 2 pots here on either side, you know, but it's just a matter of budget and not going too fast and spending all our money in 1 month. So two pots here on either side are definitely coming. But for today, I've been kind of looking at the garden, and I'm kind of looking at blank spots that I have, things that I want to add, things that I want to take away. Basically, you know, the landscaping that I want to work on. It's really hard for me because this is a brand new garden that was just planted. So I have to imagine what it's going to look like in a couple years. For instance, this plant right here looks all tiny and unassuming, but this is a rock steady Vitex from Proven Winners, and it can get up to 12 feet tall. So I don't know how tall it's going to get because it does have quite a large range. I think it says anywhere from 4 feet to 12 feet tall. So which one? I don't know, but I'm kind of looking at that and I'm thinking, okay, so that's going to get 12 feet tall. The little gem magnolia can get up to 20 feet tall. The rising sun redbud, about 10 feet tall. My El Nino Chitalpa. Isn't this just the most beautiful plant? Oh, I just love this plant so much, you guys. This one can get up to 15 feet tall, and I want it to get up to 15 feet tall. I love this plant. And then I have my Tuscarora crepe myrtles. I have one there, and those guys are gonna get up to 30 feet tall. So I'm definitely gonna have height right here. I just have to be very patient and wait for it to come and kind of imagine it. But I'm kind of looking at it and I'm thinking, okay, well, what else am I missing in this garden? One thing I am definitely missing is I'm missing some dark foliage. I tried to add in some over here, right by my weeping atlas cedar. This is a Chinese fringe flower, which is a fabulous, fabulous plant. I absolutely love it. For some reason, I am having trouble growing them in this garden, and it has to be my well water. It has to be, because at my last house, which was just, it was just on the other end of town where we were not on well water, I could grow these and they'd be 4 feet tall and wide and absolutely beautiful. But you can see this is kind of what it looks like. I'm hoping that it'll grow, but I don't know. You can see over here on the other side of my dry creek bed, I have my azaleas that are just sad azaleas. They didn't even really bloom this year. This one died. And that's kind of what I think is going on with my water is, I've told you guys this before. We have boron in our groundwater here, which causes like a ton of alkalinity, and it's almost just too alkaline for some plants. So I think that's what might be going on with the Chinese fringe flower right here. I'm not totally sure though. So anyway, you know, because of that, I know I need to add some more dark foliage in this garden bed. So I do have a shrub today that I'm going to try out and see how it does in this garden. The other thing is I need a couple more like structural plants. I do have these kindly privets right here. I have one there. I have a trio of them. one there, and one right here. And these guys are going to get 4 to 6 feet tall, and they're going to be really pretty and have nice, gorgeous, glossy leaves. And I'm hoping to kind of gently prune them into a sphere shape, a ball shape. But again, I have to be patient with those. Then I had, like I was saying, my El Nino. I love that plant so much. I thought I probably should repeat it, right? Just because I enjoy it so very much. So I actually got 2 more of those that I'm going to add to this garden bed, just so it's like a trio. And I'm thinking, you know, I have one there. I'm thinking one over to the left of the gazebo, and then finally one up here on the other side of the Weeping Atlas cedar. So anyway, I've got a lot of work to do for this garden bed. It's a new garden bed, and I'm just kind of adding things, taking some things away, deciding what I want to do, deciding what it needs, all that kind of stuff. So it's definitely a work in progress, but I'm really liking the progress thus far. So today for planting, I have a couple shrubs that I'm going to be adding into the center island. I definitely have 2 of the El Ninos, but let me show the other ones because I'm really excited about them. So here are the shrubs I'm going to be putting in the center island today. You can see I have 2 of the El Ninos right here. These are small because I got these in the mail. Proven Winners, or Spring Meadow, who does Proven Winners plants, Proven Winners Color Choice Shrubs, they sent these to me in the mail, and they just can't be that big. So they're smaller, but I'm okay with that because these guys grow so fast. I know a lot of you have been asking me where you can get your hands on these, and I know they're hard to get your hands on now. I'm hoping next year it'll be a little bit easier. But talk to your local garden center, see if they can order them for you, and then kind of grow them on for you. But if you order them from online, you're going to get ones that are this size. However, this is the size of that one over there that I planted last year, and it's already gotten so big. So I'm going to be planting these. Then I have this plant right here, and this is a new to me plant. I've never planted this before. This is called Stay Classy Sand Cherry. It's a sand cherry, which I think is so interesting. Sand cherries are known for their dark red foliage. So I thought that that would be really fun to add in here. It is only rated to a zone 8, but I think it's going to be okay. I think it's going to be okay in my garden. If you all are familiar with sand cherries, I was reading up on it. Basically, the old kind of sand cherries would get really leggy at the bottom, and they would lose all their leaves, and you'd see their stems at the bottom. But these guys from Proven Winners, the Stay Classy varieties, they're supposed to be nice and full and have this gorgeous red foliage that can counteract with other green that I have in my garden. So I'm going to be trying those out. I'm not sure if I'm going to plant just 1 or 2, but I want to see how those do. Like I said, I've never planted sand cherry before, but reading about it's supposed to do well in all different types of soil. It's supposed to be really great in sand, really great in clay. Like, it's just a really easy plant that you don't have to worry about. So I'm going to try that. And then, I love this. I'm so excited I found this. My local garden center, Green Acres, ended up having the purple pillar rose of Sharon, which is so exciting. I have the white pillar rose of Sharon over in my orchard garden bed. And I've been looking for this one. Actually, my mom's been looking for this too. Sorry, Mom. We can go back to Green Acres and get you one. But this one can get up to 16 feet tall, and with these beautiful blooms all over it. And these do so well for us. So I'm just really excited that I was able to get my hands on that the last time I went to the garden center. I saw it, and as soon as I saw that it said purple pillar, I grabbed it, because I often see the red one and then I often see the white one, but I don't often see the purple one. And that's the one I really wanted to get just because I think it's so pretty. So I'm going to be planting that in here as well. You can see I'm just trying to get some height because it's so flat in this center island. There's just nothing really happening, at least right now. I know in time I have to be patient, but at least right now I don't have much happening. Plus, over here on this side of the dry creek bed, this is our septic tank is right here, and then our leach field goes all the way out on the right side. And I can't plant really anything there. So what I'm going to be planting is I'm going to be planting a meadow of California native grass, very similar to this grass right here. I was just trying this stuff out, and I love it. I think it's beautiful. But this is all going to be flat. So this is flat, and then as we get closer to the gazebo, then I'll start having some height, and then we can have a lot of height over there. So there's definitely going to be a variation of height, but I want to make sure I have plenty of height in the places that I can, and then the places that I can't, like here over the leach field, I'll leave it flat with this grassy texture as kind of like an alternative to a lawn, basically. All right, so for supplies, I have my big auger today to dig my planting holes. This auger is from Power Planter. A lot of you asked me that. You can get these, I think you can get them on Amazon, but just get them on Power Planter. They're fabulous. They are so wonderful. The only drawback to using a big auger like this to plant your plants is you have to invest in one of these big drills. You cannot use your regular 18-volt drill that you get, that you use to drill in screws in the wall and stuff like that. It's just not strong enough for one of these big augers. So definitely worth it, but unfortunately you do have to buy one of the big drills. Then I have starter fertilizer, which is going to help develop the root system very, very quickly, which is exactly what I need right now because I am planting a little late because we are getting into the triple digits, and that's not great for plants. The key to having plants be as happy as possible is to plant them early before it gets too hot so they can develop their root system and have plenty of roots to soak up that water once it gets to triple digits. So it's not ideal that I'm planting right now, but you know, it is what it is. I would say if you are planting when it's not the optimal time, just really make sure that you water. I'm going to be watering these plants twice a day for the next couple weeks, just to make sure that it has plenty of water right to the roots. And definitely on those triple digit days, I want to water it in the morning and then give it one more watering at night. So you can kind of push it a little bit. Also, you can always shade it with an umbrella or something like that. That's going to help it as well. So if I see any of these plants start to suffer, I'll just shade them. But honestly, I always plant during the summer, even on the hottest days. Sometimes there's a little bit of issues, but most of the time it's okay. But do as I say, not as I do. All right, all planted. That was easy enough. Let me show you all where I decided to put them. So first of all, over here on the gazebo, this is actually the south side of the gazebo, so it gets a lot of sun. So having the El Nino Chitalpa right there, I think is going to be perfect as kind of like a shading plant. I think that that's going to be just gorgeous. So that's going to get nice and tall. Cover that. I will limit up kind of like I did the other one, and then I'll have the sand cherry right there, kind of almost tucked underneath it. I don't think I told you guys, but the sand cherry gets up to 4 feet tall and wide. So I think that'll be a really nice combination. And then I'm thinking about putting like a evergreen, like one of my evergreens from Isley, kind of right there, just as like, we got some light green, we got some dark green, and then we've got the conifer type plant, and then maybe some Helen von Stein lambs here. Ooh, that would be pretty. Definitely want that. So I'm happy with how those are. And then coming over here, we have another sand cherry, again by another El Nino, and that is right here. So I have the Spanish lavender right here, which kind of has the silvery foliage. That's about a 4-foot ball. This is going to be about a 4-foot ball, and I think it'll be gorgeous right next to the Rising Sun redbud. So these annuals right here, they are going to be a little bit close, but that's okay. Those are easily moved next season. And I honestly don't know how fast sand cherries grow. If any of you know, let us know in the comment section below. But I'm really interested. I always like learning about new plants, so I'm really interested for that one. And then coming up the pathway, you can see where I planted the purple pillar rose of Sharon. I am going to take out these really sad azaleas. I just cannot grow azaleas in my garden. I got to get over it. I could amend the soil like crazy with acidifier, but I'm just not going to do that. So I just am going to take them out. So here's the purple pillar rose of Sharon. That's going to be beautiful, up to 12 feet tall. And then right next to it, I have the lion's tail. Is it Leonotis leonaris? I don't know, something like that. A really beautiful orange shrub. So it's going to have orange and it's going to have purple right here. What a beautiful combination. I'm really excited about having that right there, right along the dry creek bed. I think Monty found a lizard in the dry creek bed. He has been focused. What did you find? What is it? Is it a lizard? Are you going to get it? Are you going to get it? Get it. Get it, bud. That'll keep him entertained for a while. So last but not least, I planted my third El Nino Chitalpa right there. So it's going to be a little bit taller than the Weeping Atlas cedar, but that's pretty much the height that the Weeping Atlas cedar is going to get, at least for years and years and years. I am going to try and prune it so it gets a little bit more architectural, but I got to be patient with that one. So in the meantime, I'll have the fast growing El Nino Chitalpa right here that'll get max 15 feet tall, probably closer to 10 feet tall, which I think will be a nice step up. And then the Tuscarora crepe myrtle up at 30 feet tall. So I think it'll be gorgeous. And of course, once all these trees get mature height in 10 years or whatever, I'll have to change out a lot of these plants to more part shade, to even shade in some areas. But for right now, it's full sun, and I might as well enjoy the full sun while I have it. Did you find it? Did you find it? So while Monty is on his lizard hunt, you all might have noticed a weed or two in my center island. So I'm going to take some time this morning and I am going to weed the center island, which it desperately needs, but I don't think I'm going to film that because that's boring. So that's it for planting today. I really love the shrubs. I'm glad that I got some red foliage in here, and then I'm glad I got some more height, which this center island desperately needs. So anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this, and I hope you all have a chance to get in your garden today.